Hey everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I am going to walk you through the process of drawing this woman sitting in a cafe at a table, sipping on coffee, and I'm using watercolor, some watercolor paints that I have by the Lightwish watercolor paints. I am going to walk you through the process of how to draw, paint, and add a little bit of sparkle to this lady. And I hope you join me for this step-by-step, super fun tutorial. You can use whatever art supplies you have. You don't have to use watercolor. You can use colored pencils. You can use acrylic markers or markers, whatever it is you have, just grab it. And I invite you to draw along with me. Let's get started. So this is going to be our reference for the drawing, and I'm going to walk you through step by step how to draw, and then we're going to paint it. If you've been following my channel, you know that I normally draw with pen, but as I become more and more into the painting and drawing, I am using just a mechanical pencil. This is a Staples pencil, but I'm using it because a lot of times when I use ink, it will bleed if I draw with the ink, and I like to be able to not have the line show of my drawing. I don't want it to be too distracting from the painting, but let's jump in and get started. I'm going to try to do this in a way that we can all draw along together. So this lady's kind of off center, so let's just do a little line here so that we can sort of map her out so that she's off center of the page. But all I did was, let's say, draw a circle like I always do for her face. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see. That's why I draw with a darker pencil, but hopefully I'll be able to paint it without too much of an issue. But I want you to be able to see the drawing. Okay, so we're going to draw like an upside down U shape for her face. And then we're going to bring her little curve down for her neck. And we're just going to draw a line across because that's where her shoulders are going to be. And it's not about perfection because we're new to drawing. So this isn't about perfection. This is about fun. For her hat, I'm going to draw like a little bit of a curve or crescent just over her head. And I map in the flowers before I do anything else. This drawing is just for fun. This is not about perfection. This is not about doing it the right way. If you have been following my channel, you know that I just go with the flow and do whatever I feel like. And this one is not, these two are not going to be an exact match, but I am just going to map it out. I'll include both photos for you, like photos of each image on my website. I'll link to a page where I just drop these in so you could see them. And I'll just draw some leaves coming from the hat. She's a fancy lady. And we're just going to bring sort of her hat down like this. And there was black on her hat. Maybe we'll just do that so it could be there. Maybe that part of her hat will be black. So I've mapped in her head. And the next part is her hand, which is on her face, which can be hard. I'm not into perfection, so I'm just drawing like a little line to indicate her hand. So it's not about having a realistic drawing. This is just for fun, but I will definitely be doing more of these because it's just this time of year where I enjoy using my watercolors. I'm not really sure why. I also, for anyone that's new to my channel, have a Facebook group. I'm just going to do this. I have a Facebook group where people are sharing their photos. Her hand is supposed to, this hand is supposed to be sort of up, but maybe we'll keep, we'll put it up. Her hand is supposed to be up and she's supposed to be holding like a fancy something. Maybe she'll be holding I don't know what she's going to be holding because I didn't really put it in there, but okay, we're just going to map it in. Her hand. And the table, the table is right here. So she's kind of at a table in a cafe. So I've got the circle for her, the table here, and I just did like a coffee. So I did like a circle, if you could see this, and you know, it's just looking like however I can do a cup of coffee. That's kind of what I did. Again, this is just a fun drawing that you can all do along with me. No perfection is required. I'm kind of drawing like a triangle here for the cake. It's supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be like, maybe I'm doing like a red cake, red velvet or something, because I'm just using the colors that I have. So I didn't want to have too much color variation there, because I just wanted it to be red. Okay, and now I'm going to do the purse, which I really like. So her purse kind of comes up. It's an old school purse on the table, and there's like a clasp here, and there's actually, I'm going to put some details in gold at the end of this to bring it all together. Now her eyes, you can do however you want. She's kind of looking to the side, so I'm mapping in her face. And I do have an ebook on how to draw faces. If you're interested in how to draw whimsical faces, kind of like what I'm doing here, and you're new to my channel, I'll include a link in the comment section as well. So if you go to the comment section, I'll have a link to the Facebook, like the drawing faces. I'll have a link to my website where you can access the images of these so you could follow along. And I will let you know about my Facebook page as well. So you can find all that in the comment and the description of the video. So I'm just going to draw her eyes. And I don't want to get into too much detail about, you know, the pupils and stuff. So right now I'm just kind of doing this and just kind of mapping in the nose briefly. And I'll map in where her mouth is. Okay. And maybe I'll map in where her hair is. There. Okay, so I've kind of got her mapped out. Remember, perfection is not required. This is just a fun drawing session. And if you're struggling with drawing, I've got that book for you. But now what I'm going to do is get my watercolors out. So I have this watercolor here. It doesn't matter what colors you choose. You can just choose any colors you want. Just gonna jump in and we are going to have some fun. Okay, I'm gonna just pick some colors for the flowers and put it in there. Willy-nilly. I'm not thinking too hard about it. I like how that looks. And the other thing I'm gonna do is just put in her cheek color. I don't know, like in this one I colored her face, but I think in this one I just want the cheek color in there and the lip color. And I think her lip color maybe will be a darker shade of this. I think if you're new to painting, sometimes it's nice to keep it basic with your colors. It just helps me, I know that, versus sometimes I'll try to add too many colors. And if you make a mistake, you make a mistake. You just keep going. That's another thing that I talk about on my channel a lot. Don't quit because it's not working in your favor. Like her lips are a little odd right now. And maybe I'll just take this cloth and sort of manipulate it because it's still wet. That's fine. I'm not going to worry about her lip too much because I don't want to ruin it. Now I'm just adding some different colors. I'm playing around, I'm having fun, I'm not worried about the end result, and that's something I talk about a lot when you're learning how to paint. You don't want to get obsessed with the end result or little mistakes that happen, because then you're going to quit and you're not going to see what you're capable of doing. I'm going to grab a little green for the leaves. And I'm just putting it in there, and I like how that looks. Plain black. And her gloves are kind of a white. So she's got gloves on. This is a fancy lady. Whoops. I think I took up some Payne's gray there. That's fine. I actually think that looks kind of cool, the way it's kind of two different shades. This keeps bleeding in there, that's fine. Okay. And we're gonna get her hair in there. Oh, crumb. I covered up her hand. I'll fix that later. We'll see. So I'm just going to go with my Boo Boo and paint over that hand and make it look like she's got one hand up and the other hand must be under the table or somewhere else. The cake is going to be like, I'm gonna say like a carrot cake or a red velvet cake. I am going to put that sort of icing at the top, like a cream cheese kind of thing. I know it's yellow, but I kind of like it. And then I'm going to put that red velvet color in. So I'm picking like a rich, I want like a reddish brown for that. Okay. And I'm just kind of putting it in there. Okay, and now I'm going to put the tea or coffee here. And you can see I'm just sort of tapping it in. I do like how I did this cup here with a little blue in it. Let's see if you can see that. Where this cup and plate have just a slight blue on it. I'm going to do that with this one. My voice is kind of going, so it sounds a little weird. I feel like the black shirt she's wearing anchors this whole painting. So if I add too much black, I don't think it's gonna look as good. And I think I'm going to add some greenery around here like I did with the other one. Now that I've finished the drawing / watercolor painting, I did erase some of my pencil marks. And what I'm going to do now is add some details. And remember, even if you make mistakes, like I did with this one, you can still recover and make a really nice drawing. What I'm going to do now is get my Folk Art Glitterific paint or my gold, I'm not sure yet, I'm just going to play with it, and add some details to the handbag and possibly some earrings. So let's see what we can do there. Okay, so I have the gold Glitterific, if you could see that, and I'm just dipping an old paintbrush into it. I love this stuff. So I'm going to add some earrings here, just a little bit of this Glitterific glue, and when it dries, it's super sparkly. And then I'm going to add the chain to her bag. And when it dries, it'll be nice and glittery. I'm going to do the same for this lady. I'm definitely going to add some glitter to maybe right here, even though I didn't draw her earrings in. You'll be able to see them. And I think I might add a necklace to her. So you can play around and make each lady look different. I think I'm just tapping it around and adding some jewelry, and I just think that looks really good. So even if you messed it up, you can still make it look really good. And what I might do is just add it sort of around the bag, so like the chain is just kind of sitting there. We'll get a close-up at the end, but she looks really good. Let's see what that looks like. So now you can see there's a little gold there, and it's going to dry nice and sparkly, and it's just a great way to add some detail to your artwork. I don't think I'm going to do any more to these ladies. I will leave it as it is. I'd love to hear if you gave this a try and how it went for you. And if you enjoyed this practice drawing session, don't forget that I have my Facebook group called Krista Irene Art Community. I would love to see your drawings of this posted in there, so feel free to join. And if you drew along with me, feel free to take a photo of your drawing and put it in Krista Irene Art Community on Facebook. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you all have a wonderful day and happy sketching.